In this video, I've reversed the tire wear, meaning the more the tire becomes worn, the more grip I will have. When starting a race on 0% wear, it'll mean I'll have minimal traction, but the closer these tires are to reaching 100% means you'll have maximum grip. If you're a smart cookie, you might have already realized that tire punctures are going to be a big issue for this video, and also there's going to be a twist. So let's just jump straight into it.
I can't get no traction, just spinning wheels.
Welcome back, you filthy animals. We're here to violate this thing you call physics.
What do you think?
We're going to jump into some pre-season testing at Bahrain to make sure that the mod is operating as it should, as I don't have a great track record of that happening.
I can't look after the tires anymore.
And I'm also very curious to see how low grip these tires are on 0% wear. Also, tire temperatures are not going to be an issue because I've disabled it, so what you see is what you get in terms of tire wear and grip. And as you can clearly see, there's not much grip, even though I don't have a massive fuel load. I think it's about 10 laps of fuel. Let's get on with the flying lap, and for this practice session, I've actually disabled the punctures just so we can get a clear indication of how the tire wear works with the grip level as well. And into turn 1, you can just see how cautious or apprehensive I am to get on throttle. It is very low grip, and the mod is definitely working as it should. And oh my god, I promise I'm not Mazepin, guys. Please don't cancel me. Hey guys, welcome back to the Bahrain preseason test, where we're trying out experimental compounds given to us by Pirelli. In all seriousness though, it is very low grip, as you can see me exiting this corner. Basically, this mod rewards poor driving because the more tire wear a driver accumulates, the more grip they'll receive. So in other words, I'll finally be faster than Jarno Opmeer. You'll see in the top right corner, I am 2.5 seconds quicker on that second lap with roughly 70 to 50% worn tires, and that should only get faster. It's now lap 3, we've pretty much reached 100% tire wear on the rears, but we've still got a bit more to go on the fronts, and we have improved again. By about 0.7 of a second, we've still got some front tire grip together, so let's see how we do in the next lap. Once again, we're about to cross the line, and we've improved by another 0.7 of a second, and we're pretty much almost at 100% on every tire. So let's see what our final lap will be like with pretty much 100% tire wear. Lap 6 on these tires with 100% tire wear, we come across the line to improve by 1/10.5, and it's going to give us a lap time of a 1:31.7. Lastly, I wanted to compare a fresh set of tires to a completely worn set of tires, so we're going to do this lap on the fresh set and see what the delta is at the end of the lap to the 100% worn tires. Coming across the line now, and you can see it was over 5 seconds slower than a completely worn set of tires. It's a massive difference. Now, just before we jump into this race, let's have a quick word from our sponsor, NordVPN. You may have heard recently that one of the largest sim racing events in the world, the Le Mans 24-hour virtual, was a victim of DDoS attacks. With NordVPN, you can protect yourself from DDoS attacks by simply just connecting to a different VPN server to evade the attack. There is thousands of servers to choose from globally, and they are the fastest VPN you can get your hands on. Not only this, but because NordVPN can remove geo-restrictions, it means you can get your hands on F1 22 or a different game you might be interested in at a better discounted price that may be available in another country. This means you could also access TV shows and streaming services that might also be geo-locked from your country. Not only this, NordVPN can protect your privacy by allowing you to go anonymous and protect you from trackers, malicious websites, and viruses with their new feature, Threat Protection. And if you know me, I definitely need all the help I can get. For you guys, NordVPN is offering a massive discount with a 30-day money-back guarantee, which basically it means there's no stress. To get the deal, go to nordvpn.com/iContrast. For a limited time, you can get up to 65% off a 2-year deal, and once again, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Back to the video. Enough of the testing, let's get on with the race. We've now got punctures enabled, so that means at the end of the life of these tires, they will puncture, but that also means it's going to be at the fastest point of their life, which is going to create an interesting predicament. We're locking up massively into turn 1 here to try and generate as much tire wear on the fronts, because it's a lot easier to get the tire wear on the rear just by stepping on the throttle. What's also going to be interesting is to see how the AI also interact with this mod, because it's applicable for all cars, not just our own. You can still see we're squirming around under traction. And we'll see what they do with the pit strategy. Even though there's punctures enabled, we're going to be wanting to hold on to these tires for as long as possible, which generates a lot of risk. Trying to attack Ricciardo now, but that's a massive send from Ricciardo up Stroll, and Ocon really needs to ock off. It's been a little while since I've made a video, but I decided that I need to help out Arava, who's been carrying this game despite its ratings. Gee, I really thought F1 22 was going to get Game of the Year, but a game called Onion Ring got it instead. I hope you guys got something good for Christmas, because I got these Pirelli sneakers and I'm already starting to get blisters. They told me not to worry though, as it's just the graining phase. Who wrote this joke? We're on lap 3 now. The tires are actually becoming usable because they've got a bit more wear on them, and we've got a bit of grip now to play with, so we can start hacking our way through the AI, who are all on mediums, so that means they're going to have very, very low grip. Tires are definitely starting to come good, so we're going to hold on to them as long as possible, just like Hamilton fans hold on to Abu Dhabi. We're going to be driving these tires like we pay for them. I guess you could say making these tire mods puts me under a lot of pressure. These tire jokes are really degrading this video. I got a puncture. I guess this is what I get for wearing out the tire joke. You could even say I'm on a roll, but no, I could still use these tires, trust me. Okay guys, I better come in for a pit stop. You can call me Sebastian Buemi because I am done with these tires. Okay, so I had to go into mediums. Obviously I have to use both compounds, but these set of tires are going to be way less grippy than the softs, even at 0%.
Wrapping my car around a tree, I'm gonna die.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Miami Grand Prix, where I'm gonna crash my car more than that dude from Tokyo Drift. It took such a long time to get a decent amount of grip in these tires, and even still, it's not perfect, but we're in P18. We're gonna need some luck for this race to go our way. As a wise man once said, resafe jointly, but still, could be worse.
Nice paradise, like traffic paradise. What is this one?
But would you look at that, a bunch of the AI cars are coming into the pits, which is going to gift us a bunch of positions. And remember, as they come out, they'll be on brand new tires, which means they'll be very slow. Verstappen's on brand new softs, so it means that he'll probably have better tire wear as time goes on than us. But for right now, we're going to get in pretty easily because we just have so much more grip. But the real question is now, can I make these tires last to lap 14? Because we're already on mid-70s on the rears, so it's going to be a tight one. Any minute now, the police are going to arrive and defect my car for having bolder tires than Bruce Willis. All we're going to do is hold on to our tires more than Kimi Räikkönen held on to his right front tire at the Austrian Grand Prix. We're going to make the move on Hamilton here, as he's got pretty fresh tires, but looking at that right rear tire, it's not looking good. 86%.
What? No, dude!
I got too greedy. I tried to make it to the end. Let's just try and get the car back to the pits. Can you actually believe we were running in P5 then? Now this is going to undo all our hard work and relegate us probably to the back of the field. We're back on soft tires, but because they're brand new and fresh, it's going to be a double whammy. And I guess the only person we're racing right now is K-Mag, so let's make sure we can stay ahead of him, as we've already come across him once this race. And it does in fact look like we're going to be battling K-Mag. And we've only got a lap and a little bit left remaining of this race. We tried to go for a crisscross there, but pretty much no grip, and Magnussen parked it on the apex, so decent defending from him. But this is probably going to be our best opportunity, is sending it up the inside if we can of turn 1. And we managed to get it stopped with very low grip, might I add, because we're still on pretty new tires. And hopefully we can hold on to this position for the end of the race. And it does in fact look like we're going to bring it over the line in 17th place. It's not been a great race for us, but we are far from done. We've still got the twist to add to this video, and a couple of other surprises I might add. You guys just know that the turning circle of an F1 car is horrible at Monaco. It's like Austin Powers, but guess what? I've fixed it. I've actually solved the issue. I modded the steering lock on the F1 game, so now I've got an infinitely better turning circle. I may have blown up the engine, but I still see this as an absolute win. Alright, let's crank up the difficulty to 110 on the AI, and we're going to race at Spa and hopefully win this time, because this time I have a strategy.
Okay, let's ride.
And of course we know that the punctures are going to start happening around 75% wear, and we get off to a really slippery start as we have barely any grip at all, and we're going to lock up the front tires again, trying to make the most of getting as much wear on the tires as possible so we get more grip. And I almost lose the back end again coming out of La Source. So let's head on through Eau Rouge. We're going to have to probably do a lift through here, and I do in fact lift while going up the hill just so I don't run out into the wall. Obviously the AI dealing with low grip as well. Most of them are on the soft tires except for Sonoda, who's on the mediums. Everyone will have very minimal grip on this first lap, so let's try and make the most of it. This is still 110 AI, so actually bump into Latifi there. He was going a bit slow. And going through Blanchimont, and I think that just demonstrates how little grip I have. Welcome back to the Belgium Grand Prix, where we're going up the inside of K-Mag, who we have a rivalry with this entire video, it seems. And we're just trying to get past him and get blocked coming out of the bus stop chicane. but we are up into P17 after the first lap, and we're going to need to do better than that if we're going to get near the front. Obviously, the objective is to win here. We're going to need to do better and come up with something new to try and overtake more cars. It's lap 2, and we've already got 50% tire wear, which is not great because we're going to actually have to make a pit stop. They will eventually give me a puncture, so I think maybe I can get away with doing one more lap before we head into the pits. Gentlemen, it's lap 3 out of 11, and we're running out of time to make it up the order as we are only P15, so things are going to have to start changing real shortly to get through these cars. And luckily, the twist of this video is that driving on the grass, gravel, and marbles gives you 100% grip boost. Yep, that's right, you've heard correctly. Driving off the road is going to make you faster than driving on the racing line. Driving on grass, gravel, and marbles means that you're going to pick up debris on the tires, and for the duration that you hold the debris on the tires means you'll also get that grip boost. So the best way to use it is to get debris on the tires just before you enter a corner, and you'll also get that grip when you actually want to take the racing line into the corner, as we use it effectively against Schumacher as we come in for our pit stop with 84% worn tires. We're really playing with fire there before we get a puncture. So let's go on to the mediums, as we have to obviously use both compounds of tire, and it does in fact look like Schumacher is going to steal that position back from us in the pit lane, so we're going to have to overtake him again. But now with that trick up our sleeve, let's try and make the most of it. Obviously, coming out of the pits, we have mediums that are fresh, so absolutely minimal grip there. So we're going to try and get onto the, not just the marbles, but the grass to pick up some grip for a Rouge. And let's get on with it. Seeing as this mod rewards track extending and corner cutting and staying off the racing line, I guess you could say I've finally made a mod that'll make me a fast driver. Now, just because we got some extra grip, that doesn't mean we can't also bottom out on uneven surfaces, so we have lost the position to Gasly after overtaking him through Pouillon. We're going to utilize the grass though on the outside of the track for Blanchimont to obviously get past Gasly again, because that will give us some extra grip, especially while the tires are so fresh. Gasly would also be struggling. Looks like Hamilton's going to be the next victim of my lawnmower, and overtaking Stroll here using the outside of the track as much as possible is going to give us enough grip to go around the outside of Ricciardo as well. And we are now well into the top 10. Obviously still low grip whenever we don't make contact with the grass for a little bit of time. We're still running on low wear and basically clean tires, which is the worst combination that you would want. Bringing this trick in has been a great idea because the AI don't really know how to fully utilize it, and we're just going clean around the outside of Ocon, and we are making our way through the field really quickly. Of course, Sainz stood no chance, and that also allowed us to overtake Norris, albeit it was pretty awkward to get past Norris there. Tyre wear is starting to ramp up now. It's up to 78% on the left rear, which puts us in a really awkward position because we've only got a few laps to go. Go around the outside of Russell. We're basically in the fight for the win here between Verstappen and Leclerc. Leclerc actually goes into the pits. We're going to follow Verstappen, try to bring these tires for one more lap into the pits here. Hopefully we don't get punished with a puncture. Verstappen's obviously trying to do the same thing, and Perez is the one that's out in front, so Perez is the one to watch at this point. Maybe Leclerc can get an undercut, but obviously running on fresh tires is actually going to be a disadvantage with this mod. You would not believe this, but both of the Red Bulls did what they did in Bahrain last year, and they've gifted me the lead of the race. Now our only threat is going to be Leclerc. I think Perez might have got a puncture or he did a spin, and now it's just between us and Leclerc. Our DRS, our rear wing, has been disabled. I don't think it would have made that much of a difference anyway. Our left rear is on 92% now, so it's very, very risky territory for getting a puncture. Obviously anything above 75% can give you a puncture, and we're going to come into the pits now. It's not worth risking it to go to the end, especially when Leclerc's already pitted. We're racing Leclerc, not anyone else really at this point. We are of course going to go out onto the soft tires, being the better tires of the three, and we have come out in front of Leclerc, so it looks like we have the lead of the race, and all we need to do now is just bring it home and keep the grip on the tires by driving on the grass. You would not believe it, from the lead of the race, I've put myself into a half spin, luckily keeping it out of the wall. But now that means Leclerc has gone past, and we need to chase him down. We have a lap and a half to catch him. As people on Twitter would say, you should go touch some grass. So obviously going to touch grass gives it a whole new meaning. And up the inside of Leclerc we go into the bus stop. A little bit of contact was made, I believe, but we do get the position, and now we just got to bring it home. I actually thought I won the race, but we have another lap to go, so clearly need to keep it under control and not celebrate too early. This just reminds me of bringing the esports line back through Puon, as they would straddle the grass by having their tires on the AstroTurf. But this time for real now, we're going to bring it home for a win against 110 AI, using that trick up our sleeve, obviously. And I guess you could really say the right tire changes. But that's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a whole bunch with the algorithm. And I'll see you all in a brand new one.